Hello, my name is Morgan Dickerson, and I'm doing my major presentation on social networking in the K-12 learning environment.
All right, what is social networking? Basically, it's an online service, platform, or site that focuses on facilitating the building of social relations among people. These people usually share interests, activities, backgrounds, or real life connections. They usually represent themselves with a profile. It's typically web based, and these users interact over the internet or applications such as email, microblogging, or instant messaging. Some examples of some social network sites: Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Google, Pinterest, Flickster, and throughout the world, the list goes on and on. So, one day on the internet with social networking looks a little bit like this: 172 million people visit Facebook, 40 million people visit Twitter, 17 million visit Pinterest, 22 million hours of TV and movies are watched on Netflix, and more than 35 million apps are downloaded. More iPhones are sold than people are born. So, what does social networking look like among students? Basically, 86% of students use social networks to communicate and stay in touch with friends that they rarely see in person. 80% use social networks to communicate and stay in touch with friends they do see regularly. But the most important stat is that 61% of students use social networking to connect with classmates in school for getting class notes, helping with a homework assignment, or other academic purposes. So why not incorporate social networking in the classroom? I'm going to speak about social networking and talk about some forms, some benefits of social networking, and some disadvantages of social networking. There is one school in Minneapolis, Minnesota, who have already begun to incorporate social networking in their lesson plans. It's Roosevelt High School, and they have a program called the Dig Me program. And we're going to take a minute to just look at their video, see what they're doing.
At Minneapolis Roosevelt High School, Twitter and instant messaging are in.
You got wikis, iMovies, PowerPoint, iPhoto.
Most of the times we're dealing with computers, searching on websites.
Thanks in part to the University of Minnesota's Department of Curriculum and Instruction, these students at Roosevelt are weaving the social websites they use on a daily basis with traditional courses like English.
My take on education is that if you don't engage the kids, you might as well be talking to the wall.
Roosevelt teacher Delaney Howe says using social sites like Twitter has significantly increased student engagement. Howe says students use social sites like Facebook and Twitter to communicate outside of class, so it only makes sense to use those tools to get the kids communicating during class.
The point is to get them engaged and make it pertinent to them, but I'm still sneaking in there all the things that I know are good English language arts teaching and learning skills.
It's all part of the university's Dig Me program. That's short for digital media. The Dig Me program brings the U's expertise in technology, literacy, and learning into Minneapolis high school classrooms to raise the engagement and academic achievement of the students.
We know from previous research that engagement is important for achievement.
U of M educational researcher Cynthia Lewis, who leads the U's partnership with Roosevelt High School, says using social media serves two purposes. Number one, catching the attention of the students and increasing their participation. Number two, preparing them for communicating in tomorrow's new media landscape.
We know that digital media engages young people, and because we know that 21st century literacies are all about digital media.
And the students love the program.
I love this class a lot. It's the best class so far that I have.
For the University of Minnesota, I'm Justin Ware.
Some forms of social networking include Twitter, Facebook, and Glogster. These three are the three that I will talk about today. All right, Twitter. It basically enables its users to send and read text-based posts for up to 140 characters. These posts are known as tweets. Users may subscribe to other users' tweets, which is known as following, and subscribers are known as followers. Users can group posts together by topic or type by the use of a hashtag. For instance, if we were talking about this particular subject and wanted to create a discussion, we could use the hashtag tech in classes, and the words or phrase are prefixed again with the hash sign. The @ sign followed by the username is used for mentioning or replying to other users. For example, if we wanted to tweet the President of the United States, we would use @Barack Obama. To repost a message from other users or share with one's own followers, the retweet function is symbolized by RT. So if we wanted to retweet one of the president's tweets, we would say retweet @Barack Obama. A great teacher can change the course of a child's life. Users can also DM or direct message other users with information not wanted to share with other followers. Users can see their followers' tweets via a timeline. So here's an example of the president's Twitter. And there is also a website that I researched. It is called Reach Every Child website. Basically, it gave me information about how to use Twitter in the classroom, some examples, and basically it's for educators, and it kind of shows them how they could set up a Twitter if necessary. The website also features different subjects, so whatever your subject matter might be, it might be beneficial for you. It's just for educators, but this one did feature Twitter in the classroom. Also, they have a list of archives, so no matter what you're teaching, you probably can find an article that is best for you. I really enjoyed researching information, and again, I did get some information on using social networking with this particular website. So how can teachers use Twitter? Basically, they can tweet about upcoming due dates or assignments. They can track a hashtag. They can write a poem or a story. And that would make it really interesting, being that the students can only use 140 characters. They can connect with classrooms, facilitate discussions, live tweet a book or a movie, post videos, direct message students and parents. Facebook. Users must register before using the site after they create a personal profile. Users add other users as friends. Profiles feature a wall which is made public to other friends of the user. User can exchange messages, including automatic notifications, when they update their profile. Users can upload pictures, videos, notes, chat with friends, play games, tag places, play music, add events, and add links to their profiles. Home pages are known as news feeds. And I use the University of Arkansas at Monticello's athletic page. This is a fan page, so it looks a little bit different from most users' page, but this is just kind of an example of how Facebook looks. So how can teachers use Facebook? They can create groups, maybe for their particular class or an auxiliary group they're working with at the school, and just share information on that particular group. They can share multimedia, gauge understanding of lessons. Again, facilitate discussions, connect with parents on students' development, post upcoming due dates or assignments, practice a foreign language with posts, offer extra credit to students. Glogster. Glogster is another social networking site. Basically, users can create free interactive posters. Posters are known as glogs. Glog is short for a graphic blog. Users insert text, images, photos, audio, video, special effects, and other elements into the glogs to generate multimedia online creation. Glogs can be shared on other users' sites, also can be shared on Facebook and Twitter. It can be exported and saved onto a computer. And also there is another site that is kind of like an offspring of Glogster. It's called Glogster EDU. It is an educational site. It's for educators, but it is fee-based. And with Glogster EDU, basically the teachers can kind of go in. Here is a list of some, of the price that it would cost and how many students could use it. It is just an interactive poster. So for instance, if you were maybe a primary teacher and you wanted to show a glog to your kindergarten class to teach them about their alphabet, here's an example of a Glogster. Begin playing music and showing you an alphabet. Really, really neat. I really, really enjoy using Glogster. All right, and here's another example. Maybe if you are teaching history, as will I, it will Again, with this particular classroom, I think all the students basically did a slave narrative, and the teacher combined all the students' narratives. So basically, here it is, and lists her classroom and every slave narrative. And if we were to click on this one, it would take us to this particular student's blog and all the facts that they looked up for this slave, information, parent's name, just a lot of good little information. And again, Glockster is very neat to have, and this teacher is using the Glockster EDU that I just told you about. Okay, so how can teachers use Glockster? They can use it for daily assignments posted on a blog. They can connect with classrooms. They can make subjects interactive for students. Students can create projects and reports. It is a new way for students to express creativity. It has an unlimited shelf life. So in the past, when we threw away posters after we got done with our project, these Glocks can go on forever and ever. Private, secure, safe virtual classroom monitored by teachers. So what are some benefits of social networking? It's convenience. It's at your fingertips for teachers, students, and parents. It has connections outside of the classroom. Introverted students and students with various other personal culture factors can flourish. Students can learn at their own particular pace. Also, parental involvement. Parents can monitor their child's homework and assignments anywhere. Parents and teachers can create a dialogue easier. Parents are more involved and hands-on with their child's work. Some disadvantages of social network include distractions. Many features on the site can cause students to get off task at home. Students are forced to use technology when they may not have it available. They're less motivated when not working on the internet, and teachers sometimes have to compete for students' attention. Another disadvantage includes inappropriate content. To use the sites, there is no age level, so you're faced with the problem that your students are on sites with adults, which is not safe all the time. Privacy concerns. Who's viewing your information? Students, parents, anyone, friends? So it's just a good idea to kind of go in and know the privacy concerns for the particular site. And unsuitable pictures and ads are visible on the site. So sometimes there is small pop-ups that could lead to bad websites. So you have to be careful about that.
So in conclusion, social networking is an online site that focuses on facilitating the building of social relations among people. Social networking is becoming larger in the lives of people, especially students. There are hundreds of sites available for social networking, and today we focus on Twitter, Facebook, and Glockster. Schools across the nation are incorporating social networking in their curriculum. Social networking poses great benefits to teachers, students, and parents, which includes convenience and parental involvement, and social networking could have its disadvantages if misused, which again were distractions and inappropriate content. I just think, in my opinion, schools, teachers, and parents need to be proactive when deciding to use social networking for the overall improvement of students. Thank you very much.